Here we go, y'all.
The thing is, until you can erase 3 Februaries, shut up. Bang! Quality over quantity. LeBron has beaten some of the best competition in NBA history. He's the GOAT emoji. I will not cuss. I will not cuss. I will not swear. I will not swear.
Where sports is the base, life and fun are the results. This is the Brian Snow Show.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm still here in Edinburgh, Indiana. Second show of the afternoon, a hot afternoon. And welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Brian Snow Show. I have a very special guest coming in a few moments. And I want to reverse things today. Y'all heard me rant and rave yesterday, day after Memorial Day. I want to switch it up a little bit. I want you guys to bring the questions. Y'all bring the questions to me, and I will answer them while I wait for my guest and with my guest in tow. The person that I have for you this afternoon, those who watch the morning show, Snowman in the Morning, know him well as Wize El Jefe, the host and the creator. How does Cole put it? The owner, the manipulator, and the owner, the manipulator, and the operator of the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Ryan McCarthy, the first one in. Time to get funky. Ow! Have mercy. Yes, it is. Mitch Kofsky says, what's up? What's up to you? He's on the road to 3,000 subscribers just as we are. And there's a lot of people that think I won't be able to do it. In fact, there's a lot of people that think I won't be able to do it before the end of the summer. There are some people that think I won't even reach 1,000 before the end of the summer. Well, I plan to have that done. I plan to reach that goal before the end of June. What I would love to happen by the end of the summer is for my YouTube channel and others that carry the network. And let me get this piece of housekeeping out of the way. Welcome to CSTV, based out of Reno, Nevada, and all of our West Coast subscribers from Reno to Sacramento and all points west and Pacific Northwest. And a welcome to Hardcore Sports, the Hardcore Sports Network, the David 3000 Network, of course, WLEO 26.7 out of Baltimore, Maryland. If you are interested in carrying this show and or sponsoring this show, drop an email to snowmanmultimedia@gmail.com. That's snowmanmultimedia@gmail.com, and we will talk to you. David 3000 has our first question of the afternoon. What do you think of the Giants so far? This season, Snowman, and I assume you mean the San Francisco Giants. They are a wild card waiting to take over the West. A lot of people are going to think I'm strange. Well, hell, a lot of people think I'm strange anyway, but a lot of people are going to think I'm crazy for saying that. But it seems like now is the best time that the Giants are getting themselves together. Now is the time they are getting themselves together, and I absolutely love it. Got a confirmation. He's talking about the San Francisco Giants. I've always loved the San Francisco Giants from the days of Will Clark. From the days of Jack Clark and Will the Thrill Clark, they both wore number 22 for the Giants. To, of course, the dynasty days of Buster Posey and Barry Zito, Brandon Crawford, and I think Crawford's the last member remaining from that Giant squad who won 3 World Series titles in 5 years. I think they were a wild card waiting to happen. Remember, 2 years ago they won the division, and they won the division going away. Actually, I take that back. They won the division by 1 game over the Dodgers, and the Dodgers have always given them fits. In a pennant race, the Dodgers have always given them fits. I don't know why. I don't guess. I know what a rivalry that is between the Dodgers and the Giants. Because I know so many Dodger fans and I know so many Giants fans. But that's my thoughts on the San Francisco Giants so far. Anybody that's in the chat or just coming in, it's a reversal kind of day. Y'all bring the questions, I'll bring the answers. Any and everything is on the table. My only request is that you keep it clean. All right? Keep the subject matter clean. It could be about my life. It could be about the teams that I love. It could be about anything that I love. But all questions are on the table, and I want y'all to bring the questions. And I told Wize this as well. It'll be a little bit of reversal that I want y'all to interview me because I do the interviewing most of the time. David 3000, nobody thought the Giants would be ahead of the Padres this season right now. I did. Last year was a down year for the Giants, and this year started the same way. But I just think right now the Giants are a wild card team waiting to happen. And I'm checking my feedback here. Everything is going great. Everything is going well. And I'm trying out a couple of things while I'm at it. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck? Ryan McCarthy deciding to throw me off. Neither. I don't want to fight any horses. You gotta remember, horses have 4 legs. I only have 2. That's just not fair. That's just not fair. And Ryan, you gave me a great nickname this morning when I took over the Citi Field. Thank you, Cole Johnson, for that. And speaking of which, you'll see and hear Cole Sports. I didn't do that right. Cole Sports with a Z. He's on at 4 o'clock on his channel. We will take the replay of that. So the horse-sized duck then. I told you neither of them. I don't want to fight anybody. I don't want to fight a horse either. A horse-sized duck, that would sit on me and not get up. They'd throw me in the water and make sure I don't get out. No, thank you. And I'm dead. That's your own fault, Ryan. That's your own doggone fault. I feel good. I feel wonderful with the changes I made yesterday. And I also have a Discord channel. It's called Snowman Server. Look for a picture of me on Discord, and you'll find my server. What I'm also learning is how to get everything out and how to get everything promoted. David 3000 with another question. What sports shows do you watch on TV like ESPN or other channels? You know what? The first real sports show I got hooked on was SportsCenter. because they took highlights from all the sports and squished it at the time into 60 minutes. Now it's just like out of control, and it's not the same from when I first started watching in 1987. And yes, I am clearly dating myself here. I am clearly dating myself. But the first sports show I ever got into was Sports Center. Sports Center was it because all I had at the time was the local sports report, and I grew up in Chicago, and it was mostly based on Chicago and me being a fan of the 49ers, which got me started. I had to lean on other means of finding out what the 49ers did, unless I get lucky one Sunday afternoon and they show bonus coverage on CBS. What about the shows you watch today? You know what? I don't watch any sports shows today. For some reason, I just can't get into them. Live coverage of sports? Yeah, I'll watch those. But I don't get into watching sports shows. I can't tell you, David, the last time I watched a sports show. I can't tell you the last time I watched one. For the simplest of reasons, they all seem cookie cutter. They all seem the same. And the sports shows are now sports talk shows that are supposed to only be on radio, but now have a television contract in front of them, which is what I'm trying to build here, but trying to do it with a lot more honesty. Andrew says, same, Sports Center for me too. Andrew, are you in New Jersey? Are you in New Jersey? I want to be sure I shout everyone out the right way. I know Ryan's in Saratoga, New York. David's in Massachusetts. Mitch, where are you? Mitch Kofsky, where are you? I want to shout everyone out the right way. I've been here the last couple of days because I've had some problems in the home studio. Hopefully by this weekend, everything will be situated and I'll be back in the home studio. Sports Center says Andrew watched it right before bed or in the morning before school. Yep, that would be me. I watch Sports Center before school, and then I watch some cartoons, and then the bus would show up, and I'm out the door. And I would be out the door. Ryan was born in New Jersey. Okay, Andrew, what part of Jersey are you in? And my other question to Andrew, and they're supposed to be asking me the questions, and I hope they do. Do you miss Ryan? Excuse me, Andrew. Do you miss the New Jersey Nets? Because for a fellow who grew up, I'll say the words right one of these days. For a fellow who grew up with the Seattle SuperSonics and the New Jersey Nets, didn't have the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Miami Heat, the Oklahoma City Thunder, or whoever the heck the expansion teams were, Orlando Magic being another. I grew up when there were 27 teams. I grew up with the NBA when there were only 27 teams. And yes, at the time there was a team in Seattle. I miss that. If you had the opportunity, Ryan McCarthy joins us, and I will put this one up. If y'all got a question, drop it in the chat, and I will answer it. It's Ask Snowman Anything Day today. If you had the opportunity to call one game in sports history, which game would it have been? I have a couple of them. It would be the catch, Joe Montana to Dwight Clark. It would be the Bulls' first championship on June 12, 1991. October 26, 2005, when the White Sox won it all. Or any of the three cups won by the Blackhawks. For college, anything Northwestern from 95 on. In fact, the game I would love to call is when they went to Michigan and upset them at the Big House. That's a great question. That's a great question. Y'all keep the questions coming. I'm going to take a break, and when y'all get back, it's more Q&A with the Snowman as I reverse the procedure today. Back in a minute.
This is Brett, and you're watching Shady Sports Network. Tune in, hit that like button.
You might wonder, what do these guys do? Player signing announcements. I never in a million years thought you would actually come on to break this news. So without further ado, go ahead and tell everybody what happened today.
Yeah, man. I just had a workout with the Cincinnati Bengals. Signing me right out.
Without further ado, I'd like to announce that, I'll be taking my talents to Salina Liberty.
This just in. The Major League of Football is reportedly collapsing, unable to pay hotel room bills, with players being kicked out of their rooms and hotel managers asking them to leave voluntarily without issue.
And then we got Lions wide receiver Williams is debuting this week as a starter. That's something to look at as far as the eye test goes. And then another one on the eye test is Mostert might be coming back to Miami. And we can see if he has a role in this offense and see if he can be viable for the next couple weeks coming and help us in the playoffs and possibly towards a championship. That would be very nice because he's sitting on my bench right now.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high-potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus. Smarter than energy.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Thursday nights are wrestling night on CSTV. Tune in every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific to see all the amazing next-level pro wrestling stars on Thursday Night Throwdown on CSTVNow.com and the CSTV app on your Roku device.
Where sports is the base, life and fun are the results. This is The Brian Snow Show.
It most certainly is The Brian Snow Show. Let's keep rolling here on this crazy Wednesday from just south of Indianapolis, Indiana. It's Ask Brian Day, and I'm definitely gonna have a show like this in the morning, a segment like this in the morning. Ryan McCarthy says to Andrew, "I was born in the same hospital where Derek Jeter was born." That is so cool. Bring the questions, I'll bring the answers. Rolling it right along here on this Wednesday. David says, "Do you watch college basketball at the same time with NBA, and do you watch certain teams with college?" Yes. The team that got me started in college basketball was Georgetown. Why? Patrick Ewing. And then some guy named Michael Jordan showed up and hit the game-winning shot, and in essence made me a Tar Heel fan as well. And I also love the Running Rebels under Jerry Tarkanian. They were fun to watch. Growing up in Chicago, for me, it was everything Northwestern. And I got to see Northwestern a lot when I covered Chicago State basketball. And the other reason I love Northwestern is because I just happen to know the play-by-play announcer for my beloved Northwestern Wildcats. His name is Dave Ennett, and he is a man. I can't even explain how dear of a friend he is to me. Favorite sport to call games and favorite level. This is coming from Andrew in New Jersey. Favorite sport to call? It's a tie between, it's a three-way tie. Football, basketball, and baseball. The first sport I ever called a game for was basketball. And that was Chicago State and Northern Illinois. I did my first live football broadcast. That was 1995. I did my first live football broadcast, I want to say 2002. Yeah, it was 2002 for the Chicago Public League, because we were just starting to feel our oats and get into live broadcasts. And at the time, we didn't have the materials to do it. So I did a lot of college games. I did a lot of high school games. I do a ton of high school games, a ton. And in fact, I'm planning this season, since for the time being, we're going to remain here in Indiana for the next year while we figure out how much we will need to get west. Further AM joins us in the chat. What's good? What's going on, man? Further, where are you watching and or listening from so we can shout you out properly? I've done some pro games to answer Andrew's question. I beg your pardon. I've done some pro games. I've done a lot of semi-pro games. I'll put it that way. Matter of fact, there's a women's basketball league that Snowman Multimedia is working on becoming the voice of. So we're putting that contract in place, and we're gonna make sure everybody knows what's going on with that. David again from Massachusetts. How often do you listen to games on the radio? All the time. All the time. I am a radio sports rat. And the first radio broadcaster that gave me the bug was Jim Durham. Listening to him call Bulls games, including that incredible 63-point performance against the Boston Celtics on April 20th, 1986, that went double overtime. Just hearing his voice gave me the bug. Hearing Jim Durham call Bulls games, at the time, they were on WIND in Chicago, my hometown. And then in 86, they moved to WMAQ. And then in 1989, they moved to what is now ESPN 1000, and at the time it was WLUP AM 1000. Some other, and David just posed the question I was about to answer. Who do you like to listen to? You put this up now. Who do you like to listen to on the radio today? Well, I got too many of them to count. I got too many of them. One of my all-time favorites is still active today, and that is Wayne Larrabee, the current voice of the Green Bay Packers. I got hooked onto him when he was the voice of the Chicago Bears for many, many years, 14 years, I believe. And then he left in 1998, after 1998, and he immediately became the voice of the Packers. Making an adjustment with my camera here. Who else do I listen to? John Rooney, who is the current voice of the St. Louis Baseball Cardinals. Charlie Slows and Dave Jagler from the Washington Nationals. Greg Papa, of course, from my 49ers. I already mentioned Dave Ennett, who is the radio play-by-play voice of the Northwestern Wildcats. I've caught myself listening. One of my favorites, who's no longer with us, the late great Rob Bramlett, who was the voice of Auburn for 30 years? I think it was 30 years. Someone look that up for me, please. How long was Rod Bramlett the voice of the Auburn Tigers? Because he's one of my favorites. With college announcers, of course, Larry Munson started it for me. Run Lindsay, Run. That kind of started it with the college announcers. And Scott Howard, who was the current voice of the Georgia Bulldogs, and I plan to have him on the show soon. One of my favorite television voices is a fellow cancer survivor. His name is Dave Sims. And I'm working on getting him on the program within the next week. So I got a lot of favorites that I listen to. And Dave did some incredible calls for the Mariners on radio, where Rick Riz is the main radio voice on, I believe this is right, KIRO Seattle, 710 Seattle, ESPN 710 Seattle. I believe that's the correct flagship station for the Seattle Mariners. Well, KIRO needs to be the flagship of the Seattle Supersonics. And Adam Silver, I beg of you, please bring back the Seattle Supersonics. It just needs to happen. Keep those questions coming while I take a break, and when y'all get back, it's continue to Ask the Snowman Day. Y'all bring the questions, I bring the answers, and I will bring y'all a break back after this.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus, smarter than energy.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family. So the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Sure. We all know ghosts exist.
I'm getting a really dark energy.
But if you trying to hunt them, there's one simple rule you gotta follow.
What the hell was that?
Guys, hurry up and get the hell out of there.
No matter what happens, stay calm.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, Jesus! Oh, hell no!
Hey, Matt, what's up?
Okay, that's a balloon. It looked like it was a demon. Wow.
We be fly for nothing. We be fly for nothing. O-E-O, mucho. Run it.
So where are we going?
A haunted pinata shop.
What?
An old Korean brothel.
Oh, Lord.
A funeral home in Compton?
Yeah.
You don't like us, do you?
It's business.
I get fly for nothing. I roll with OP.
Official paranormal operations, baby.
We got infrared cameras set up all over the place.
Whatever's in there, we're gonna get to the bottom of it. Y'all down with it?
What the is this? I have robot strapped to my abdomen.
What the hell is going on?
Are you with us right now?
You okay?
Guys, we got action.
I feel like something's in here.
Don't nobody want you with us.
Man, they got some going down in there.
It could be a succubus.
Suck you, huh?
It's an energy that feeds upon you in a sexual way. Like,
Not with the teeth like that?
oh, yeah.
We be fly for nothing.
All right, investigation's over. This bitch is haunted as
Where sports is the base, life and fun are the results. This is The Brian Snow Show.
Rolling along here on the latest edition, the latest and best edition of the Brian Snow Show. And I'll tell you what, since yesterday, I have felt a lot better on how to do the show. Waving by to one of the baristas here at Starbucks, who's been these folks here have been absolutely fabulous. Tomorrow, I'm going to try this at a Panera Bread in Columbus, Indiana. So I'm going to see how that goes. Now, I want to ask a favor of the folks that are here. If y'all could do something for me and make a donation via Cash App, and I need someone to type this in the chat because I don't have the banner available to me. If someone could type in for those of you who use Cash App, and for those of you who can make a donation, the address you need is CASHAPP.me/ Tallman Dr. K50. All right. Tallman Tallman Dr. K50. If y'all can make some donations via Cash App so I can continue to do this show on the road and continue to improve it, that will be absolutely fabulous. Ryan McCarthy, Bramlett was the voice of Auburn football and men's basketball from 2003. So it was the guy before him that was there 30 plus years till his unfortunate death in May of 2019. Yeah, y'all remember Kick Six against Alabama? Y'all remember Kick Six against Alabama? I certainly do. That was fun to watch. That was fun to watch. That was fun to watch. Keep the questions coming. David, we will meet after the show when I go back inside and I start doing my edits. We will have a meeting call after the show. Again, if y'all can donate via Cash App, the tag you need is $ Tallman Dr. K50. Also, if you all can find it in your heart to make a donation to my family's GoFundMe, that would help tremendously because we are trying to get to the next step. And we need your help. That's as simple as I can put it. That is as simple as I can put it. We need your help to get us to the next step. We don't know where that landing page will be, that landing spot will be. We have a couple places in mind. And I will disclose this. One of the places that I would love to return to if we could find the right situation, and it's tough to do, is North Carolina. Because before I got sick with cancer and before I had to battle blood clots in both my lungs, Ryan, you know the story quite well, I had 2 solid years in North Carolina. We had 2 solid years. Unfortunately, when we were in North Carolina, COVID smacked everybody in the mouth and basically shut down the world. So there's a lot we weren't able to build on. Another spot that we have available is Arizona. And we're looking at either the Phoenix area or the Tucson area. And we're trying to build money up for the next year to help us get there. I'm just coming off of surgery a year ago, and I'm slowly getting back into it, getting back into work, getting back into doing this full time. I am in the process of seeking sponsors. No, I am seeking sponsors. There is no longer a process. It's just me going out and getting them. It's just me going out and getting them, period. I hope to be back in the home office by Saturday. And just go from there. Tomorrow morning on Snowman in the Morning, not tomorrow, Friday morning, I beg your pardon, Friday morning, I will have the pleasure of welcoming the play-by-play voice of the Indianapolis Colts and my good friend, Matt Taylor. He will join us on Friday morning. I'll leave this banner up for the remainder of the show. But I tell you what, y'all have been great with the questions today. Keep them coming. We got another 20 minutes here. I thought Wize would be able to join me. He did agree, but apparently something's held him up. And that's all right. That happens. Hell, it's happened to me several hundred times over. Let me talk to Ryan for a minute. Mr. McCarthy, let me throw a question at you that was thrown at me. Who are some of you? Let me throw it to the chat. Who are some of your favorite play-by-play voices to listen to, television or radio? For me, television, football. I'll start with football. There was Pat Summerall and John Madden, of course. There was Dick Enberg and Merlin Olsen. ABC had Al Michaels, Frank Givert, Dan Deerdorf for Monday Night Football. And when you talk ABC, when you talk college football, of course you got to honor the late, great Keith Jackson. Oh, Nelly! Matter of fact, one of my favorite openings by Keith Jackson was for a Northwestern game in 1995. I just happened to catch part of it when he said, they're ranked 6th in the nation. They will play number 12 Penn State today. It is a very big ball game for the future of the Wildcats. And boy, was it ever. Pat Fitzgerald and the rest of that bunch. And several times during the broadcast, Keith Jackson said, boy, he is one tough nut to crack. Joe Castiglione, David, if I got this right, he's the voice of the. Is he voice of the Boston Red Sox? Did I get that right? Radio voice. I want to get that. I want to get that right. Who are some of you guys' favorite radio or television voices to listen to? For basketball, television. Oh, I forgot one. Marv Albert. He did it all. He did football. He did basketball and baseball. I'll get to baseball because I have a laundry list of baseball voices that I love listening to. Where do I start with basketball? Marv Albert, Johnny Most from the Celtics, Chick Hearn from the Lakers. I mentioned Jim Durham of the Bulls. Who else did I listen? Those are the main ones. For television, it was Dick Stockton, Brent Musburger for CBS. I mentioned Marv Albert for NBC. Dick Enberg also did NBC. Dick Enberg was quite versatile. Who else? Who else was there? I love Brad Nessler. I will say that. I love Brad Nessler and how he does football and basketball. Of course, now he's back with CBS after 24 years at ESPN and ABC. And, he just, it was Ryan McCarthy said growing up, it was Dick Enberg, Doc Emmerich. I forgot Doc Emmerich. Jack Buck, of course, the late great Jack Buck, Marv Albert, and Keith Jackson. Currently, Bob Wischusen, wonderful voice of the New York Jets, Kevin Harlan, and Gus Johnson. You know how many people compared me to Gus Johnson because of my excitability? The only thing about me that differs me from Gus Johnson, I like doing more radio. I like doing more radio calls in describing the action. And with many internet broadcasters, bringing back the simulcast has been a great thing because it's a chance for me to demonstrate what I can do, get back into what I love to do. I forgot about Vern Lundquist, longtime voice of the Cowboys before he went to CBS. Frank Gleber, who was CBS's voice for a while. He did basketball, he did football, he did college basketball. Gary Bender, who voiced, I believe, the Phoenix Suns for many a year. He was the CBS TV voice for college basketball because he did he did 2 Final Fours. No, 3. 82, 83, and 84. And especially for hockey, Gary Thorne. Yep. Pat Foley for me, growing up a Blackhawks fan. You already mentioned one of my other favorites, Ryan, and Doc Emmerich. Does it feel weird that Doc Emmerich is not calling hockey anymore? Does it feel weird to not hear his voice on a hockey broadcast? Because for the longest time, if my memory and my history serve me correctly, Doc Emmerich was the voice of the New Jersey Devils. I want to say he was the voice of the Devils for the longest time. But I miss Doc Emmerich. I miss Doc Emmerich doing the Stanley Cup Finals when NBC had the television rights. Mike Tirico is one of my current favorite voices. I love Mike Tirico. I absolutely love Mike Tirico. I may not be a Yankees fan, but I love John Sterling. I love listening to him. I try to listen to him and, as I said, John Rooney for the longest time. Ryan McCarthy says, yep, he was the voice of the Devils from 82 to 86 and came back in 93 and was the primary television voice of the Devils until he went to NBC in 2008. Oh, it's 2008 he went to NBC. Wow. So he graced both arenas, I think. He graced Prudential Center and the Meadowlands Arena. Am I right, Ryan, that he did both? True story. Gary Thorne was the TV voice of the Devils from 86 to 92. Yeah, he was. And I can probably find proof of that. And of course, Gary Thorne was NBC's baseball voice when they had television rights until Fox took it over in 1996. And contrary to popular belief, as many times I rail on Joe Buck, Joe Buck's cool. Because one of the reasons I railed on him because I thought, until I really got to know and listen to his style, that he was trying to be his dad. But he wasn't. He wasn't trying to be his dad. And there are a couple of games that I can point to where after he came out about what was bothering him and what messed up his voice, that he's really gotten into everything. And I love it. And yes, and Doc was the TV voice for the Flyers from 86, 87 to 92, 93. And then 93, he returned back to the Devils. Besides Doc Emmerich and Gary Thorne, Pat Foley was my voice for hockey because he did the Hawks simulcast for long time. And I miss Pat Foley. What are some of your favorite college voices to listen to? I already divulged a couple of mine, and I divulged a few of them that I know. I'll divulge a few more, and I want to hear from you guys. Who are some of your favorite college voices to listen to? I already said the late, great Rob Bramlett and Larry Munson. I'll tell you more when I get back.
The thing is, until you can erase 3 Februaries, shut up.
Where sports is the base, life and fun are the results. This is The Brian Snow Show.
Hey y'all, Snowman here. Catch me, Cole Johnson, Wize El Jefe, and the usual cast of characters as we bring it to you every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern. It's called Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, and it's right here on CSTV and CSTVnow.com. Join us, won't you?
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high-potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus, smarter than energy.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Sure, we all know ghosts exist.
I'm getting a really dark energy.
But if you trying to hunt them, there's one simple rule you gotta follow.
What the hell was that? Guys, hurry up and get the hell out of there.
No matter what happens, stay calm.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, my God! Oh, hell no!
Hey, Matt, what's up?
Okay, that's a balloon. It looked like it was a demon. Wow.
We be fly for nothing. We be fly for nothing. OEO, mucho. Run it. So where are we going?
A haunted pinata shop.
What?
An old Korean brothel.
Oh, Lord. A funeral home in Compton?
Yeah.
You don't like us, do you?
It's business.
I get fly for nothing. I roll with OP.
Official paranormal operations, baby.
We got infrared cameras set up all over the place.
Whatever's in there, we're gonna get to the bottom of it. Y'all down with it?
What the is this? I have robot strapped to my abdomen.
What the hell is going on?
Are you with us right now?
You okay?
Guys, we got action.
I feel like something's in here with
Don't nobody want you with us.
Man, they got some going down in there.
It could be a succubus.
Suck you, huh?
It's an energy that feeds upon you in a sexual way.
Not with the teeth like that?
Oh, yeah.
We can fly for nothing.
All right, investigation's over. This bitch is haunted as
voice. Y'all gave me some great voices during the break. Dick Vitale, of course, the dean of one of the deans of college basketball voices. Andrew says Iron Eagle, Kevin Harlan, Mike Breen, bang, Michael K, John Sterling and Susan Waldman, and Ryan Rucco. That's all Yes Network, isn't it? Save Kevin Harlan, I believe. Andrew, that list you gave me, are most of those guys and gals employed with the Yes Network? Because I know Yes houses the Yankee games, the Nets games. MSG houses the Knicks. And you said Mike Breen, so that takes care of that. And you also said Kevin Harlan. Whew. Iron Eagle covers Nets games. That he does. Doesn't Ryan Rucco voice Nets games also? I'm thinking, I thought he did. I thought he did for the longest. All right, we got a few minutes left, so shoot me some more questions. I'll answer them here. And tomorrow starts the NBA World Championship Series, and I am picking the Nuggets to sweep the Miami Heat. Now, I will come on this program and my morning show and all throughout Snowman Multimedia and say I was wrong when the opposite happens. Oh, dear God. Rucco fills in for Michael K. for Yankees broadcasts every so often. Ryan, let me ask a question. Wasn't there once upon a time where Michael K. did all the Yankee broadcasts, and then he cut down, I think, on the road trips? And that's where Ryan Rucco comes in? Can you help me understand that one? Because I want to get all this right. Because I know Len Casper is the current radio voice of the White Sox. That's a position I would absolutely love to have. I would love to be the radio voice of my beloved Chicago White Sox. One of the radio voices, I mentioned Dave Sims for television. One of the radio voices I've had the pleasure of interviewing, Robert Ford, current voice of the world champion Houston Astros. I've had him on. Bill Schoening of the San Antonio Spurs. I've had him on. I'm trying to remember who else. Kang cut down on the road trips because he has a radio show in New York. He had throat surgery in 2019 and was out for a lengthy period of time. Yeah, that'll do it. And I thought so. I thought he cut back on a lot of his road gigs. And I also know he has a family. And sometimes I also know Michael K. does a show from Yankee Stadium. Am I right, Ryan? Am I right on that one? That he does his show sometimes from Yankee Stadium? I want to be sure that I get that set up right. Somebody answer this for me. Who is the radio voice of the New York Mets? Because I don't think it is Howie Rose anymore. I think Howie Rose retired. In fact, I'm certain that Howie Rose retired. I'm pretty sure he retired. But I love listening to him and Josh Lewin. And I've also had Josh Lewin on my show. Josh Lewin is currently the voice of UCLA football and men's basketball. And I hope to get Josh Lewin back on the program. I hope to get Josh Lewin back on. But could someone answer who's the... Oh, he still does the games, Dave? He still does Mets games? Okay. I think this is how I'm going to do the show from now on, because I want to make it as interactive as possible. I'll have my producer, Mike Doherty. I got to bring him back in the fold. I got to bring Cole Johnson back in the fold. But what I want to do is have a segment where I chat with the fans. I want to have a segment where I chat with the fans. Would y'all be okay with that? For those of you watching via YouTube, no matter what channel you're tuned into, put a one in the chat if you want me to incorporate a fan chat segment. It looks like the Michael K show is from ESPN New York studio and not Yankee Stadium. Okay. I thought for a while that he would set up at Yankee Stadium because he's the television voice of the Yanks. I thought that was the case. I don't know. I got it wrong. It's not the first time I'll be wrong. It won't be the last. But it's about time for me to get out of here. I had a great hour with you guys. I love you guys so much. Thanks for being a part of the show, because I want this to be as interactive as possible when I'm hanging with you guys. I really mean that. I really mean it. Working on a guest for tomorrow and working on a different setup for tomorrow. So I want to be sure that y'all are okay with me incorporating a fan chat into the show. And I want an answer to this before I go. Do y'all think I should keep the show in an hour, or should I expand it to 2 hours? Give me your thoughts on that before we get out of here. Or drop me an email to snowmanmultimedia@youtube.com, or follow me, Snowman Multimedia, on all my social media. Let me know if you want me to keep the show in an hour or expand it to 2 hours. I'm going through a time change with Snowman in the morning. That's going to move to 10 a.m. Eastern to accommodate our West Coast audience. So I hope y'all tune in and continue to tune in. We're going to continue to promote that. Let me get on out of here. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you for tuning into The Brian Snow Show, where sports is the base, life and fun are the results.